Hi guys, we are back with Tomato Clinic, and I think I saved right here. I guess I'll do what Takuto said. How was the activity? Me? What? Sorry? How did you like the first activity? You know, the vampire sunscreen routine? Oh, that. It was pretty interesting. Oh, really? Good. Glad. It took a lot of time cutting the whiteboard to the right size. Cut it yourself? Yeah, we're pretty short on funds, so most of the stuff here is DIY. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Thanks. We try our best. Sorry, I got a bit off topic. I'm actually here because it's time for a requiz. A requiz? A chance for you to take our vampire quiz again. I think it should be pretty easy since you already know the answers now. I'll try my best. Here's a new sheet. Just let me know when you're done. Okay, let's try this again. Where do vampires get most of their nutrition? Blood. What happens to vampires when exposed to sunlight? They get sunburns. What do you use to ward off vampires? None of the above. Where do vampires sleep? In a bed. What can vampires turn into? Nothing. This is a stupid question. Okay, I'm done. Marie, I finished the quiz. That was fast. Let me see. Question 1 is correct. Vampires' main source of nutrition is blood. Let's check the next one. Correct. In sunlight, vampires get sunburns. Now for question 3. You got it right. There's no one thing that you can use to ward off vampires. We'd rather you just try to make friends with us. Let's take a look at question 4. Your answer is correct. Vampires need sleep, and when they do, they sleep in beds, not coffins. Now for the last question. Correct? Vampires can't really turn into anything. No bats, no mist. Though it'd be interesting if we could. Now that's a total score of 5 out of 5. Perfect. For that, you get a prize. A prize? Yep, here. A tomato pin. With this, you're part of the Tomato Club. What's that? A club of vampires and friends. You're the 3rd member. I hope you'll take your vampire knowledge and share it with your friends too. I'll try, and thank you for the pin. Cool. I think Gakuto should be back soon anyway, so I'll leave you to it. Oh, she actually walked out of the room normally this time. I guess I'll just wait for Gakuto to come back. I can take a little look around here in the meantime. They have some interesting magazines. I've never seen most of these before. Vampire Weekly, Fang Outposts, Wired for Knights. You can take a look at them if you want. No, sorry, I was just, like I said, feel free to take a look at them. They're there for visitors to look at, after all. Oh, okay. Maybe a bit later. Whatever, do what you want. I have the next activity ready when you are, though. I'm ready, that is. What's the next activity? A backstage tour of sorts. I'm going to show you the process we go through before a blood donation. Oh, okay. We're going to be looking at blood and stuff. Are you going to be okay with this? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. You sure? I will. I was just caught off guard. Sorry, I really haven't done anything like this before. Yeah, I can get that. It's really nothing to be nervous about, though. Let me show you. This is where the blood donation happens. Huh, doesn't look very clinical. Yeah, Marie wanted all the rooms here to look as inviting as possible. To make sure people could feel comfortable. We visited a bunch of other clinics in other areas before deciding on the look for Tomato Clinic. It definitely makes me feel relaxed, at least. I guess it was worth the work we put into it. And what? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Nothing. Anyway, let me explain the process. How much do you know about blood donations? Not very much, honestly. I've only ever had blood tests, and that's about it. Okay then, I'll start at the beginning. First off, just to clear any possible misunderstandings, both Marie and I are certified to draw blood. All vampires working at donation clinics are required to be certified for both the regular human method and the vampire-assisted method. Regular human method probably means using a needle, but what does vampire-assisted method mean? I'm guessing you don't know much about vampire fangs, right? No, sorry. Well, you've probably heard those stupid stories about people getting pleasure from vampire bites. Yeah, I have. That's not how it works. Oh. Our fangs have a substance which is a natural anesthetic with a calming effect. They're also very sharp and pointy, so the wound left behind is very small. At blood donation clinics, the process is simple. Bite, then draw. Huh. First we bite to create a very small wound, then we use a needle to draw out the blood. Oh, but why not just use a needle in the first place? Unfortunately, blood loses its nourishing qualities very quickly after leaving the body. That is since, unless it's first stabilized by the substance in our fangs. While it's be easier to just bite and suck the blood from the source, we can't expect humans to always be available when the vampire gets hungry. That's where the blood donation clinics come in. We draw blood and distribute it to vampires who need it. Oh, like vampire food banks. Something like that, yeah. Everything makes sense so far. I think so. Before we actually draw the blood, though, we do a health check to make sure everything is okay. What kind of issues could there be? For example, maybe the person's blood is infected with something they don't know. They might have recently taken medication that prevents them from donating. They might just be feeling sick, and donating blood could make them feel worse. Huh. Once we confirm that everything is okay, then we start the blood donation process. The humans get comfortable on the couch, and the vampire takes their arm, not neck. Well, it's true that it's easier to drink blood from the neck. Since we're drawing the blood out through needles, it's easier to do it through the arm, like a regular blood donation. Oh, I guess that makes sense. One thing we make sure is very clear, though, is that it's okay to stop at any time. You always want to make sure both human and the vampire are comfortable with everything. So, if the humans feel uncomfortable, we call it off. Same for the vampire that feels uncomfortable. Maybe you start feeling dizzy during the donation, or you just change your mind. You don't need a reason. If someone says stop, everything stops. We'll even give you a button and you can press, just in case you're anxious about saying it out loud. Wow, you're really prepared. Well, we're asking people to give their blood to us. We want to make sure we have their complete consent. Anyways, that's the end of the presentation. Hopefully you got a better idea of our blood donation process now. I think I do. Thanks. Great. I'm going back to the cafe area to prep for the last activity. Could you wait here until I'm done? Got it. Cool. The blood donation process is a lot more complicated than I expected. I guess I should wait here now, though, until Marie... Hello? Huh? There isn't even a door on that side of the room. Where on earth did you come from? That's a secret. Technically, this time is scheduled for the quiz, but since you've already passed the quiz, do you want to ask me some questions? Questions? How common are vampires? It really depends, honestly. Vampires tend to live in small communities. Lately, though, you have more vampires like Gakuto and me moving to big cities and such. Now that humans know a bit more about vampires, it's easier for us to live among humans. Really, I've lived here my whole life, but I don't think I've seen than a couple of vampires. I mean, you can't really tell we're vampires at first glance, right? If you're not looking too closely, you really just look like pale-skinned humans. Oh, that's true. You might actually know a couple of vampires without knowing it. I wonder if I do. Any other questions? Can people turn into vampires? No, that's absolutely not possible. Sorry, I knew that already. That's what it says in the book I've read before. It's just, people still say that we can, right? Being a vampire isn't a disease. It's not contagious. We can't infect anyone with it. It's just one of those unfortunate myths that spread. Sorry for bringing it up. Don't apologize. I'll happily answer any question like this if it means I can clear things up. Any more questions? Not right now. I'm okay for now, I think. Okay then. In that case, that's everything from me. Gakuto will let you know when he's ready, so just stay here. I wonder if there's a secret passageway in this place. That'd be a bit much. I wonder how much longer Gakuto will be, though. Hey, Frankie, I'm done setting up. Let's go back to the cafe area. I guess I should follow him. Wait, what did this... Why? It didn't look like this before. Hang on. I mean, I said I was prepping, right? What's this for? An old vampire tradition. Blood tasting. Don't worry, I'm not actually going to make you drink blood. We're doing a human-friendly version with tomato juice. Then what? It's like humans have holidays, right? Yes. And for these holidays, you usually gather people together, right? Yeah, for family dinners and such. Well, vampires don't eat. Oh, right. So, what we usually do instead is have a blood tasting together. Humans share food. Vampires share blood. Food's a big part of human culture, right? I guess. Blood fills the same role in vampire culture. But how does that... I'll explain, but first, I want to check that you're okay with doing this. We're not using real blood, but the idea is that we're going to pretend we are. Of course, even when we use actual blood, it's always blood that's drawn with consent. But if you don't want to do this activity, you don't have to. Are you cool with this? I want to try. If it's okay, I want to try. To be honest, I do feel a bit nervous. I don't think I've ever done anything like a blood tasting before. I'd still like to try though, if it's okay. I came here to learn more about vampires after all. If you'd let me participate in a bit of your culture, I'd be really happy. Sounds like we're okay then. Let me explain how blood tasting works. There are actually many different kinds with different steps. The one we're doing today is for when one vampire invites another to their household. It's meant to show hospitality as well as trust. Oh, sort of like serving drinks to guests at a party. Well, it's usually a bit more formal than that. There'll be vessels filled with blood, in this case tomato juice. The vampire who is hosting in this case, me, pours a glass for their guests. That would be me? Yeah, it's polite to serve the guests first. Next, the guest will return the favor and pour a glass for the host. The point is to show that they are honored to be a guest. Then both parties will take a sip, but just a small one. Next, the vampires will clink their glass together. Huh? They make a toast after they've already drunk? The idea is that since they've already taken a sip, part of their self is left on the glass. And by clinking the glass together, they're sharing that part of themselves with the other party. Huh. A blood tasting is usually done when somebody invites somebody over for the first time. It's a way of saying, I trust you in my home. Part of that trusting somebody is entrusting them with yourself. So that's what a blood tasting is meant to show. That's really interesting. Finally, both vampires drink their glass and their glass is empty without stopping. Again, this is meant to show trust. Not emptying the glass would show hesitation to accept the other vampire's offer of trust. There's a lot to put in all the actions, huh? To be honest, I think most vampires don't really think that much about it. We just do the blood tasting this way because that's how they've always been done. That sums up the steps. Are you ready to try? I think so. Okay, let's sit at the table then. I'll pour you a glass. Okay, do you remember what to do next? I will pour him a glass. Good job. The first step is returning the favor and pouring the glass for your host. Okay, do you remember what to do next? I will take a sip. Right. We each take a sip from the glass. Next, what do we do? We toast. Yep. We clink our glass as a sign of trust. Now what do we do last? And we drink. Right. We down the rest of our glasses. And that's it. A vampire's blood tasting. What did you think? Thank you for doing this with me. I'm really glad I had a chance to experience it. Though we used tomato juice, that was pretty much exactly how blood tastings usually go. I'm glad you seem to have enjoyed it. Huh? Nothing. Hopefully that was educational in some way or another. Anyways, that's the last activity, which means this is the end of the tour. Oh, that was quick. Could you head to the reception? Marie should be waiting for you there. Okay, how about you, Gakuto? I'm just going to clean this up first. Got it. I'll see you later. Marie isn't here yet. Hi, Frankie. Hi, Marie. I came back here since the tour is over. Right, and thank you for taking part in our tour. You should have seen this as well when signing up, but at the end, we have an optional blood donation. Oh, right. I remember seeing that. Of course, this is only if you want to. You'll also have to pass our health check first. Today, both Gakuto and I are available for blood donations. Just let me know if you'd like to donate. And if you would, who'd you like to draw your blood? Oh, okay. But that is it for today. I'm going to save. because this seems like a whole new thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more Tomato Clinic, there is a playlist in my channel. And if you want to watch other things, like I do a lot of Genshin Impact videos. I also do random mobile games. I recently did a horror game in the street if you're in the mood for spoopy month, which is October. And I just do a lot. The most popular one right now is A Street Cat's Tale. That one was a long time ago, but a lot of people seem to still like that video. So anyways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye!